The Game Changer podcast. Today's topic, the power of making big requests. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe below. I appreciate you watching. Share this with somebody. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, look, go leave us a review. That's what I'm talking about. All right, man, I'm excited as we are rebranding the podcast from Your Daily Revolution. We've gone through a number of iterations and intro musics, and then we finally got down to Game Changer, right? Just what does it mean to be a game changer before I talk about the podcast topic today? Now, a game changer is someone who, wherever they go, they make a difference. Like wherever whatever room they step into, whatever place they go to, they leave it better than when they found it. And people, like there's this natural, magnetic, like attraction to a game changer. It's not because you're physically beautiful, although it could be. It's not because you have all the money in the world. Like you and I both know people who have money they're not powerful, right? They're not game changers. I'm talking about a person that's got a natural desire and charisma to serve other people regardless of the circumstance or situation. So that's why you listen to the podcast, to become a game changer in your life so you can shift the trajectory for your legacy, for your children, your children's children, their children, and for all the people who know you. And one day in the future, they'll be like, and remember Uncle so-and-so or Aunt so-and-so, remember that person. For me, I want my posterity to be like, man, great-great-great-grandfather Setema, he had the courage to go live his calling. He had the courage to step out and step up and rise up and break the chains of the way that we were living. So that's what it means to be a game changer. Let's talk about the power of making big requests. You know, it's crazy. A lot of people today, if you just knew how short life was, if you knew how short life really was, like in a matter of days, even tomorrow, it could be the last day. Like you could be a bag of bones and dust 6 feet in the ground. And if people really knew that, like you wouldn't be afraid to ask for anything. I met one of my coaches in 2014. I was just kind of brand new in the coaching space. And I started to talk with him. And I'm like, I got to hire this guy. Like he's a powerful coach. So I hired him for 6 months, absurd amount of money back then. And I'm like figuring out how to go get this money. He said, hey, Setema, and this is all he said to me. If you really knew how short life was, you wouldn't be afraid to go ask for anything or make big requests. And I thought, it's interesting. You see, we are trained, taught, and educated to not ask for what we want. Right? Think about this. Most people, they don't want to ask. They don't want to make a request. So instead of asking for the raise or the promotion, instead of asking for the better seating, instead of asking for something that's off menu, instead of asking how they can get something that doesn't appear to be possible or a viable option, they don't ask. They let fear govern them. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to go create this amazing life, if you want to live a life of like purpose and meaning, a life filled with wealth and opportunities to create awesome memories, you're not going to be afraid to ask for anything. I see this happen in my life all the time. I went to a concert with my wife one time, and I remember just like not being afraid to ask for the best seat, not being afraid to ask for the upgrades. So recently, right, we go to Salt Lake on our summer trip, and we're there for like 4 weeks. So I rent this full-size like Yukon XL, because it's what we have, right? We have a Denali XL. And I'm driving out, I'm in the car, and I see a Navigator. Now, of course, I'm like, ooh, Navigator, that looks cool. So I stop, I look at the guy and say, hey, yo, what's up, man? How much for the Navigator? And it's night, I'm already in the car getting ready to check out. He walks up, looks left and right, and he's like, how long you here for? I was like, 4 weeks, man. I like the Navigator. He goes, I tell you what, let's go park this one over there, take the Navigator, I'll give it to you for free. That saved you like $1,500. I'm like, my man. Only because what? I asked. Like I wasn't afraid to ask. Every hotel that I go to, I'm never afraid to ask if there's an upgrade. I get on a plane, right now, right, I only fly first class. If you've ever listened to my podcast, you know I made a shift about 5 years ago. So I'm not afraid to ask for extra things on a plane. I'm not afraid to ask for full bottles of water, full cans of soda. I'm not afraid to ask for discounts or better service or better seats in restaurants. Like there's a lot that I'm not afraid to ask for. What does this mean to you? I can promise you right now that there's a piece of your life, like there's a part of your life where you are so afraid to ask. You're leaving money on the table. You're leaving memories in the graveyard because you never made them. You're leaving options and possibilities that could be so amazing because you just won't ask. Now, my wife and I love her. Like, she's my lover. But she will not ask because she's just like, oh, don't ask. Don't. And I'm like, I'm asking. And I'm not afraid to go ask. One more example, we're at our event called Game Changer in Vegas. And we're pulling up to the hotel where our event's at. And there's this long line of cars backed up. And the valet guy's pointing everyone to go there. And I'm like, I'm not waiting in this line. It's going to take us like 20 minutes. So I pull all the way up to him. I'm like, I'm just wanting to go valet. And he's like, oh, sweet, just go valet. But see, everyone else is too afraid to ask him. Everyone else is afraid of looking dumb. Everyone else is afraid of rejection. Take a look at your life right now. When was the last time you made a big request? When was the last time you asked for something that was so impossible? Even asking God, asking your spouse, asking your children, asking people to do things for you. A part of a church, amazing church, right? I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Don't care what church you go to. Don't even care if you go to church. Don't care if you believe in God. No judgment on my side. That's how I live. And I know people, like we lie on each other in my church, but I know people in my church who will not ever ask for help. Like, they would rather like take like $100 Uber versus just asking for a ride. I remember in SoCal, one of the best examples of someone who asked, my good friend Corinne Stocco. I love the Stocco family. She is the Mint Arrow. Now she goes by Corinne Stocco. She's amazing. And I get a text message from her husband. And he's like, yo, we are going to the airport. Could you give us a ride? I'm like, yeah, bro, of course. So I go pick them up in my truck, throw their luggage in the back. They're like, yeah, it's just super expensive to take all our luggage and our kids. I'm like, I'm glad you asked. Look, a lot of good things will happen if you just learn how to ask. Go ask. And don't go ask like all pathetic and weak. Like, well, only if you want to. Like, don't do that. If you're gonna ask, go ask like you're gonna go get it. Ask like you really want it. Be powerful and confident and even courageous when you're making a request. Don't even be afraid to tell them why you want the thing that you want. I'm teaching my kids this right now. So, with that said, what's the one ask that you gotta go make today? Do you need to ask someone to go invest in you? Is there a request that you need to make if you're an employee? Do you need time off? Do you need a raise? Do you need a promotion? Is there something better that you want? Like, go and make the ask. I promise you, if you will, your entire world will change, be so much better for you if you do. Remember, if you knew how short life was, you would not be afraid to ask for anything. I appreciate y'all listening. Look, go be a game changer. Like, if this helps you, this makes a difference in your life, go leave a review for us, subscribe below, whatever your platform listening to this on. Take a screenshot, tag me on social media. Appreciate you, love y'all, have an amazing day. Go be a game changer. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yo. This is how to make it when they hating, we ain't worried what they saying. This is how to be a game changer.